I cared for my mom. Her name was Becky. Yeah, so she had dementia consistent with Alzheimer's. That was the technical diagnosis. Doesn't really matter what you call it. It's a very challenging situation. So my grandmother also had dementia, and so we had all seen this happen to her and her go through that same journey. And so, you know, we all had the experience of her telling the same stories more than once, her saying the same things more than once, her forgetting things that, you know, you just told her. And I started seeing some of that, you know, creeping in with mom. And what was worst was that mom started seeing it in herself and remembering what had happened to her mom and fearing, obviously, the worst, which of course is what happened. It was an inevitability. It's a sad road, and everybody knows it's sad, right? That's obvious from the outside. What's not obvious is the frustration, is the anger. You know that it's sad to see your loved one going through this, but it's also really frustrating. You know, it's really frustrating when this person who was so vibrant and independent and strong and a leader, and who taught you how to be a strong leader in your community, this person can't remember what you told them 5 minutes ago. The system is not set up to support the needs of people living with dementia or their caregivers. I think it's important for people to understand that the system, I don't even want to say the system is broken, because I don't think the system was ever built. I think the system is a patchwork of for-profit organizations and companies that are frankly profiting off of folks in bad situations. I think that was what was surprising to me, is that, you know, these are folks who have been productive members of society for their entire lives, and there's no safety net for them. The caregiver is left to try and figure it all out on their own. In many cases, there's very little compassion for the caregiver or the person living with dementia. I expect better from our society. Yeah, not until very late in the game did I know about ADRC. Yeah, it was late in the game. It was later than, it was really too late to take very much advantage of your services. But I will say I was pleased to know that there was such an organization that was focused exclusively on supporting caregivers. Because I think there are a lot of organizations that are focused on research, which is critical, for someone who thinks that I'm gonna be next. It's critical, and caregiver support. But I think it's interesting that this organization, as I understand it, was founded solely to be support for caregivers. And that is, I think, a missing piece, and I know it's a gap that you all are trying to fill, and it's an important one. And ADRC is part of that patchwork. You met me where I was. You didn't say, oh, you gotta go to a support group if you want us to help you, or you've gotta fit into this little piece of our programming. You said, well, let me see what I can do. And that's what you need. That's what you need, is somebody who just will say, let me see what I can do.